I'm so scared of breaking my leg because I won't be able to fix my bones.
It's funny but sad at the same time.
It's sad, it's true.
It's a serious point. It's a humorous answer.
Like, we won't be laughing if Dave accidentally breaks his
Totally.
leg. Yeah. But then we'll soon realise that we have to pay him like $5,000 to fix himself.
Well, you've now jinxed yourself, so when you inevitably break your leg.
Yeah.
Let's only make one person laugh, and that'll be the doctor. All the way to the bank.
You shouldn't have to pay to fix yourself. You should sort it out now.
And that's our message for this interview. You can have that as the time. Yeah. Sort it out.
Can you guys just start out by introducing yourself and telling me who you're most looking forward to watching on Warp that you haven't seen before?
Well, I'm Sam, and this is Joe. We play Mallory Knox. The band that I'm most looking forward to watching on this tour, for me, would be Transit. I've been a fan of them now for like the last 2 years. Pretty much solidly had their newest album on repeat the whole of the last tour. We toured with PVRIS and Simon back in January and March. And I've never had the chance to actually check them out and watch them. And shame on me with the 4th show in now, and I still haven't. Such as Warp Tour being as busy as it is, I haven't got around to it yet, but I'm sure I will at some point.
Well, they're on right after this, so
oh, there you go.
That's where I'm going.
So you know the score with the stuff. I'm so lazy.
I think I'd have to go for Moose Bloods. They're a band that we've known for ages. I mean, I've seen them so many times. We toured with them in the UK, but they are genuinely one of my favourite bands. The album's wicked. It sounds like they're having great shows here, and it's their first ever tour, so I'm like intrigued to go and see how well it's going for them, and if the rumours are true. So yeah, I'll do that today. They're on 8, so I'm going to head over.
Cool. Even though Warp Tour just started a few days ago, how are you guys coping with the heat and everything?
It's been interesting. Like, I think the first show, we were all like excited little school children running around with vests on and then not applying the correct amount of sunscreen, and then we all burned on the first day. As any British band has probably found out on the first day of Warp Tour, they all realise that the sun does hurt you and you need to protect yourself accordingly, because we don't really get a lot of it back home. But today is mental. Today is like 43 degrees or something stupid for us, which is, I've never felt heat like it, although there is not so much of a bad breeze, which kind of saves you a little bit. If there was no breeze, I think we'd be in big trouble. But it's interesting. It's kind of like just going back to the old way of touring for us, like before we had like techs and stuff. Like, we're kind of doing everything ourselves. We've got Johnny, our tour manager, out, and a merch guy, but other than that, we're pretty much just doing like helping out Logan out every day on the thing. And other bands are as well. It's really cool to see like bands just kind of get back into the grind of it, you know. But yeah, I think it's going to be, we're trying to keep sleeping patterns the right way, you know, getting up at 8, see how long that lasts, you know.
Symmetry just came out in the US like a day ago, but it's been out since October in the UK. So how is it for you guys to kind of like get re-excited about presenting it to a different audience, or can you really? I mean, you've been playing the same thing for...
We've actually mixed our setup a little bit for this tour. Like we've adapted it a bit more for the tour that we're on now. Like back home, we have our set is limited to what singles we've released. Like, we often feel we can't leave a song out because it's been on the radio or whatever. But over here it's a blank canvas, so that's actually been quite exciting. Like, even though we are playing songs that have been out a long time, the set is pretty new for us this time. It's a set that we've never really done before. So for me, that's the exciting thing, like being able to road trial like some of the songs that we haven't yet, and that's pretty cool for us.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like so much like a new release, obviously, because we've released out in October in the UK, and probably people in the States have got hold of it in one way or another, or listened to it on YouTube and whatnot. But at the same time, I never thought at the age of 16 years old, when I was writing songs in my bedroom, that we'd ever be able to release an album out here, like, professionally, you know?
Right.
So that was the exciting part for me, that it was actually a real thing, and no matter how well it does or how badly it does, that can never be taken away, that this British band from the arse end of nowhere in Cambridge did well enough to release an album out in the States, you know? So that for me was just like a real privilege, and that's what I kind of took from it.
We mentioned earlier that you guys, were on that tour with Pierce the Veil and Sleeping with Sirens. So how different sort of is Warp Tour as a touring experience as opposed to that?
I mean, even not just the Pierce the Veil, Sleeping with Sirens tour, this tour compared to any tour I've ever done or any festival I've ever played is just completely unique in its own way. The fact that you like wake up at 8 o'clock and then you go help set up and then you don't know what time you're playing until 10. And that could be 11. It could be in an hour. It could be 9:59 and you could have no idea that you're going on stage in 1 hour. It's crazy. It's like, yeah, that in itself is completely like unique. And to tour with 60 bands, that doesn't happen anywhere else. Surely, I can't think of another festival that does it. I can't think. I mean, you have Reading and Leeds in the UK, which is 2 days.
So it's the length, isn't it, that makes it so unique. Like, it's such a huge organisation. It gets moved around the country every single day for 7 weeks. I mean, it's such an achievement, really. I'm sitting back and admiring it, really. Like,
it's the tour you grew up hearing stories about, seeing all our favourite bands play, and then to actually be here firsthand and experience it for yourself is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of a real shocker when you actually see it all happen, when you see that people have to set up an entire arena of like tents and stuff and stages. It's just the amount of work that goes into it is quite phenomenal, really, and the fact that they can pull it off is a real effort, I think. It's a real achievement.
Are there any essentials that you can only get in the UK that you've stocked up for this tour?
Vegetables. Not that we eat vegetables. It's like every time like I come here and I try I'm gonna say soda because that's what you guys are saying. Say soda. It tastes like syrup. It's so thick. It's so full of sugar, and I'm like, I just want a Sprite that tastes. That's not gonna kill me, really, you know. But I don't know.
we don't really bring anything over like that.
No, I think it's America. You've got everything you need, surely. Yeah, you guys have got nothing that we don't.
Okay.
So.
What is the worst thing you've ever eaten on tour?
That's going to be really on tour. We're quite safe. We play quite safe, really. Like, we find places that we know from home, like chain restaurants and that.
Yeah, I've never really had anything too bad apart from mouldy bread. Like, I didn't realise it was mouldy. And our guitarist James has a freak out with mould.
Oh, last time we were here, there was that one day where every single option on the catering was black olive based.
Yeah, you
remember? Hate black olives. So yeah, that was awful. But that's not bad.
We were in a bar with the Super Simons guys on the world tour, and Dave was that hungry he started eating that pasta that was left on the side of the table.
Yeah.
He just started picking at this half-eaten bowl of pasta, and we looked at it and said, "Dave, you sure you should be eating?" And he was like, "No, probably not actually." I was like, "But the fact that you processed that through your brain, you're like, that pasta's been left. You don't know why it's been left. Who's had it?" And he's just eating it. And I was like, and with his fingers as well.
But then
he's
again,
a disgusting man.
Dave's been known to eat because he had no money. Like back when we both started, we had no money. He's been known to eat in a day just one unpopped bit of popcorn.
Yeah,
remember that?
Yeah, Dave's like a myth. He's like a legend.
And that time we put a Monster Munch with vinegar in the bottom.
Oh yeah, we put Monster Munch with vinegar, salt. There wasn't snot in there.
Nah, it was just like a shit mix of everything that was left in the bar table, and it come up to like a quarter of a pint.
And he drank it and was sick.
We were like, "Will you drink this a day?" He's like, "What do you give me?" And we're like, "Well, nothing. It's not worth anything." And he's like, "Oh, I'll just do it anyway."
Remember that time that we did tequila? So we're going on.
That's okay. Have at it.
We did this. What did we do? We something had happened. We'd done well, and I was not happy with us, which is like nice for once. And then he bought us a round of tequila. Like we just did it like normally, and it's like in the middle of a restaurant. It's not like a club. It's not a bar. And Dave just stands up, sniffs the salt, pours the vodka in his eye, and we're like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
It was such a muted evening as well, and he was like, "I know I'll get this going." Stood up, fucking eye shots, this fucking whatever it was.
Out of nowhere, didn't even tell anyone what he was going to do.
And no one joined in. No one was like, "All right, yeah." Everyone just went, "Sit down, Dave." It was such a fail.
That's amazing.
So we haven't really answered the question.
Black olives, cool.
Yeah.
What's the weirdest thing you've caught a band member doing?
I caught Mikey out putting cold spoons on his face once.
Yeah, that was weird.
That's weird.
I've seen Dave. No, I can't say that. I don't do that.
An external one earlier on. So on these tour passes, you would have a little poster, and I saw Brian from PVRIS. He's got a picture of himself working out. which I thought was kind of
Selfie.
weird.
It's like his Tinder
Yeah,
profile
it was a
picture.
selfie with him like cut off vest and his nipple out, and that's kind of weird, I guess.
It's the fact that the nipple's slightly hanging out.
Yeah, it's very deliberately there.
It's just shocking.
I've stopped talking to him.
Yeah. I saw him out. He's getting his hair cut as well. I mean, there's taking care of your appearance and then just being arrogant.
He took his shirt off in line for catering,
Yeah.
and I texted him going, any excuse to take his shirt off, anyway.
Yeah. PVRIS get a little bit of attention. Brian turns into an arse.
In my opinion, he always has been.
Is there anything you guys want to say to your US fans?
Yeah, thank you so much for if you come to watch us on the festival. Simon still we haven't really had a chance to thank you. Even if you didn't know who we were and you've checked us out since, thank you so much. And if you're coming out to see us on these shows from that tour or from just listening to us from anywhere you've heard us, thank you for giving us the opportunity to be in your fine country and experience this 43-degree heat weather that I can't wait to get back inside to my cool bandwagon. But no, yeah, just thanks for everything. It's a dream come true. What's up? It's Sam and Joe from Mallory Knox, and you're watching Never Sometimes TV.